Collective back at it with another live stream. All right, so we are doing another pick a pal this evening. Okay. Friendly reminder, you guys, irregardless of when, how, and with whom you find this message, they're timeless. So if we're talking current energies, and this was filmed 17 years prior to when you're seeing this, still talking current energies. All right, allow it to resonate as it most assuredly will. All right. Now, here's the sitch. I can't guarantee all aspects of every pile. All right. But I can tell you that I do have markers tonight to try to help you kind of hone in on the energy. Love and light, Yasa, as to which one of these, and we've got 3 tonight, may be your actual pile. All right. Um, Here's the sitch as well. If you are resonating with a pile, I need you to know chances are maybe not all aspects of the channeling and or the message, via the cards, etc., may not resonate high key, and that's okay too. Take from it what you can. All right, because you're here to get something, and there's something here for you. Makes sense. All right, love and light, you guys. So we do have, you know what? I did it again. My goodness. Let me get myself situated. Hold on, because I forgot the light again. There we are. Hello, how are you? I don't really like the glare though. You know what I mean? Oh, I gotta have my glasses because I gotta see what I'm doing. All right. Um, but here's the stitch. Okay, pile number 1. This is your marker. All right, and this particular side of it says no doubt about it. Okay, no doubt about it. Pile number 2 is really talking about clean slate, good and fated energy. All right, so pound number 2. And we are talking lucky tickets tonight, you guys. Somebody here has the golden ticket. Okay, and it's a lot of somebody here. All right, just saying, because general collective makes sense. Pound number 3, your marker says yes, do it for the vibes, not the vine. That's moon cycles past, right? Bittersweet, I'm sure, for somebody out there, but just saying. So we've got this lucky ticket for you from one pile to the next. All right, go ahead and get excited. You've got permission to do this. All right, and again, pile number 1, your marker, no doubt about it. Pile number 2, okay, is this good vibes, clean slate energy. And speaking again of vibes, love light, Fiona, welcome in. Is this yes, do it for the vibes. And we are talking lucky tickets. Okay, so everybody wins because everybody's a winner here. Duh. Okay, but again, friendly reminder from one pal to the next. Maybe not all aspects of the, from one pal to the next will resonate, and that's okay too. Love and light, Andrea. Much love and light, babe. Welcome in. Make yourselves comfortable. We've got 3 piles to talk about tonight, and everybody's winning. Okay, you get a ticket. All right, you get a ticket. Not even the bad kind where like your insurance goes up and stuff. Not that. Okay, to be clear. All right, but they are seemingly very different from one pile to the next, you guys. So just a heads up about that. All right. Um, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and wow, there's 18 whole people, beings, entities in here, and we've got 2 likes. That is odd. Welcome in, you guys. I hope you enjoy the energy, and I hope you actually like get something out of this. All right. I also hope I get a few more likes, to be clear. All right. So I'm going to do the damn thing as usual. All right. Whether you're familiar with your girl or not. All right. So serious. And I do hope that, it's a good time for you, because I know it's going to be a great time for me. I'm excited to get into these piles. And you know what? If I do say so myself, you guys, it's kind of refreshing that from one pile to the next, they're really freaking different. All right. Love and light, Colton. Welcome in. You guys, if you're new here, I want you to feel welcome, to be clear. All right. But I also need you to know you got to check that description box below this video and or any video on the channel, doesn't matter which one, for the live stream rules. If you're going to ask for a free yes, no tarot message tonight, all right, I don't mind you asking me, to be clear, but I do need you to follow all aspects, not just some of those rules. And Mayat law is definitely well under play here for this channel, to be clear. And I say that with the utmost respect, love, and light to you all, because I don't want anybody, suffering at, the hands of, just because, okay? And so I'm doing my part, not in some sort of antagonistic way, but very much a loving, protective type of way, reminding you or informing you of just that. So please take heed and do not just come here to take. All right, we've got to exchange energy, otherwise why am I reading yours? You know what I'm saying? So there's that. All right, I'm glad that you feel welcome here, Colton, and that you enjoy yourself when we do have these live streams. That does warm my heart. Okay, and thank you for letting me know that, you guys. You guys keep me going when you give me those little nuggets of information. Okay, we're doing something great here, like I knew we were, but it's nice to have that confirmation. All right, so thank you guys that do actually participate energetically. We're not even talking money, I promise. Okay, just come in and be present. How about that, right? So I do see we have a few more of us in here, and I just want to, before I get into anything in a deepened state, again, pile number one is this marker for tonight's message, and we are talking, you've got a lucky ticket here. All right, everyone here is a winner, to be clear, and it's not even a contest, it's already understood, right? Right. So if you forgot, go on ahead and remember, you too are a winner, regardless of whether or not any aspect of any of these three piles resonates with you tonight. To be clear, hello, I have the best collective hands down, whether I know you from 14 seconds ago or 14 years ago, to be clear. All right. So much love and light to you all. Doesn't really work so well without you guys. And I do enjoy the fun that we do have when we come on and do these things. Well, when we do what we do. Okay. Love, Mike Kelly. So no doubt about it is the marker for pile number one, and pile number two, quite different situation regarding this clean slate and good fate energy. And pile number three, your marker says yes, do it for the vibes. All right, much love and light to you all. So I'm gonna go ahead and ring the bell for those that know what to do. You may do so now. And if you're saying, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, catch up, would you? Check that description box below and let's get to your reading. All right, much love and light. You're a Virgo. Oh my goodness, welcome, welcome. I too am, and so many other things and chart placements, to be clear, but yes, it's giving, this too shall pass, right? There's so many things we could say, remark about this week alone, I'm sure. Us Virgos taking notes and paying attention to details and such. Oh, I love you guys coming in and loving and light each other. Love and light. Who else is in here? Lauren Soros. Love and light. Love and light. Rushka. Who else is in here? Andrea, I think I said hello to you, babe, but just in case, all that beautiful positive energy, I want to make sure that I definitely say much love and light to you. Welcome, you guys. Love and light, Fiona. Fiona's our moderator tonight, you guys. Be nice to her. And also, if you do need a bit of direction, you can ask. She doesn't bite unless it's required. Well, let me stop. Fiona's probably like gasping on the sorry, Fiona. I'm feeling froggy. It's still the weekend. Just go with it, you guys. No, but honestly, I literally have the best people connected to the channel. I really can't dumb that down any more succinctly in my current energies. So each and every one of you, you guys are amazing. And I truly hope that you feel that way, because you deserve to feel that way, because that's literally the truth. Okay, you guys. All right. I said I'm going with it. Fiona's going with the flow. Oh my goodness. I love it too, Kelly. I love you all, you guys. All right. There is some significance to Ascended Master-ish. Okay, because I just saw 33 flash across my screen. But let me see. All right, you guys, you know, the bell is rung, so I got a question. Who got a question? You got a question? If not, you guys, I will gladly get into this first lucky ticket for you all. And we can ring the bell later. No worries. I just know that we do have different schedules. It is the weekend, and I just want to make sure everybody got served here. Okay, Yasa, I see you. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, that was a beautiful and rapid yes. Okay, so no delay with that yes. If you were wondering, like, okay, will it take beyond, like you said, what was it, the 6 months? Okay, yeah, after 6 months, it's giving yes. All right. I do see that couple things with balance here. This could actually, you know, just doing this super tiny mini reading here on the fly on the live stream could mean either you bring balance to the company and that will be recognized, so it's like an obvious yes after that 6 months, and or you will balance whatever is, you know, maybe, you know, regarding your own concerns about workplace, you know, situations, environment, as well as knowledge. Okay. I don't see any problems, just gotta stay the course. All right, much love and light, Yasa. Congratulations. You're very welcome, babe. So Kelly, I'm going to invite you again to please check that description box, babe, for the live stream roles. Not picking on you, to be clear. I just want you to catch up so that you can actually get your reading read as well and your question answered as well. And long story short, we got rules in play for a whole host of reasons that ultimately assist your girl. It's not anything gimmicky. It's just that we're going to have more and more people on the live streams, especially the more that I'm able to come on. And part of the reasoning behind some of the rules is to assist me with identifying in the chat who's actually got a question. All right. There's a lot of conversation at times. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. And if anyone is saying, well, there's absolutely no way I can find the description box, please kindly ask our moderator, Fiona, and she can provide a link for you to... I literally made a video because I love you guys so much. I'm like, all right, I want you to get to that description box. I want you to get to the free reading, to be clear. All right. It's just, you gotta play by the rules here. All right. And it's in protection. It's not some sort of egoic grandstanding, I promise. I don't even have that kind of time for stuff like that. Okay. All right, let's see here, Lorenzus, about your court date for your son. Okay. All right, so we got a yes. There is effort to work with him and not just against him, if that makes sense to say. And, you know, I'm not here as an attorney or giving any kind of legal or medical or any kind of official advice here, but I can tell you what you would want to do is assist your son with, you know, making sure that the appearance is on the up and up. And what I mean by that is, you know, less is more. If your son is like your girl here, you know, covered in tattoos and things like that, cover them up. Less is more. And, you know, just say what needs to be said and nothing more beyond that, because everything is going to be judged, you know. That's the type of environment. My understanding, just saying. Okay. Oh, he's a little, oh, you're talking juvenile. Yeah. Just, you know, clean shirt, clean pair of, you know, just, and, you know, it's giving, he will get through it, you know, whatever. There's some sort of like public defender energy. And I'm getting the sense of like protection, like not really kind of like being led to slaughter, if that makes sense. Hopefully that wasn't triggering. That's just what I'm hearing in the channeling. All right, but that's what I have for you. That's a yes, Lorenzas. It's Lorenzoris. I'm so sorry I'm butchering your name. It's not on purpose, okay? I butcher my own sometimes, too. All right. Eat me, I see you. Okay. Spoony gnomes. Spoony gnomes. I just like to say it. Just don't mind me, okay? Eat me is probably like, what? All right. Okay, now let me see here. Love of my Saiyan 28. Please check that description box, babe. I'm not picking on anyone. I just can't play any favorites, okay? Also, you guys, I'm gonna eventually miss your questions if you're not following along the rules, and that's literally like not on purpose. Again, the rules are in place so that I don't do that, and so nobody's feathers are ruffled or feeling left out. That's not the MO here, to be clear. But you gotta work with me and follow those rules, okay? Thank you, Fiona, so much. It's a boy mom nickname. I love that. Boy moms are amazing. I've noticed that over the years. Now, I myself didn't have that experience. I also am not sure if I'm up for the challenge. I mean, I'm sure like I could, but it is different from what I've seen. Also, sometimes regarding bathroom issues, it seemed to be a bit easier on that side of the fence. I don't know. Not that it's a contest, but I was taking notes back whenever my little one was little enough that I had to still help her with bathroom stuff. I was like, oh, you can't go outside? No. Oh, much love and light to you and your family, babe. Gosh, a 10-month-old and a 9-year-old. That's a lot. Oh, those are special children. Man, if they're coming in and they're here now in this dispensation, the time we're living now, the change, the shift we're experiencing now, you just already know those children. Anyone's children are special, right? Like in a spiritual sense, to be clear. Spoonie Gnomes is it? Yeah, I remember Eat Me. You said that what was that your that was supposed to be your mukbang channel, I think you mentioned. You went to Mexico? I went to Cancun one year, one fateful, glorious year. Um, I have like mixed feelings about trying to go back because I almost died. Like I tried so hard to be like, okay, definitely don't ingest the water, right? And I asked the place, hey, is it filtered water? And they're like, yeah. But then it occurred to me, I don't know that the filtered water was actually running over the fruits and vegetables that I was inhaling over there. And I was drinking like their like version of like juiced juices and stuff. Like they're like so I think it stands to reason the way I got so sick. That's not always the case that they're working with that filtered water. You feel me? So I had to learn that the hard way. Thankfully, it was like at the back end of the trip and not at the beginning that I got so sick, but I will never forget the pilot asking me as soon as he landed that plane, like, are you okay? Because I was not okay. Oh my god, I had to use a few of those bags they got on the airplane. I'm like, really? Why is my life like this? Because I'm one of those where like I do not like to actually have to vomit. Like I would try to avoid it at all cost, usually, right? And there I am. The plane is like literally, I'm not exaggerating at all. The plane is literally landing and I am just expelling like into bags. And this one lady kept screaming, like, get her water, get her. I'm thinking, wait, I'm already working with enough of a fountain here, right? So crazy. But I had a great time other than that, and it was beautiful. So I feel like maybe I'd try to revisit that, but just would have to have a backup plan about the water. I don't know. I got really sick, you guys. Oh, okay, you had antibiotics and nausea. Well, the thing is, nausea medicine can only help if you're only having like a certain kind of issue, but if you're like drinking amoebas, let me stop, but it felt like I was thankful it was just a one end activation. Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. You can vlog about it. Yes, vlog about it. Eat me. That's okay because you know what? Sometimes when people go through trial and error about just about anything, somebody else too is looking for guidance or looking for reassurance that they're not alone in the same type of situations, struggles, and fights, So it is what you make of it, each one teach one. And, you know, iron sharpens iron, they say. That's where you went for a wedding, though? That's cool. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. I'm sure that doctor does great work. Um, you know, it's needed in you know, other countries too. Some of the healthcare that we know about, and you know, maybe even certain aspects are taken for granted. You know, some of those other countries are like, you know, definitely in need. Oh, I'm sure. Seems like a light worker in his own right. Refeeding in time for Thanksgiving. Eat me. You can do this. Just try it, you know. But here's the thing, listen to your body too, babe, because just because you did something a certain way the exact last time that you did it doesn't mean that that has to be the case or should be for right now. Because here's the sitch. We always talk about change. Well, even referable to body chemistry as well as its own chemical makeup, there's changes there. So give yourself grace, eat me, spoony gnomes. All right, let's see here. Andrea, please check the live stream rules, babe. I do want to answer your question, but I need you to learn the rules and then action them out so then I can get you on that free message, okay? Not picking on you. I just need you to follow along because I love everybody in my collective just the same. So I'm not, you know, I don't like it when people play favorites. Do you guys? I mean, I don't like hate it like in the sense of like, oh, why them and not me? But like it's never really like a good look. You know what I mean? Doesn't always feel nice when you see evidence of people playing favorites like that. And so I just, you know, I do have a firm boundary about that. Like if you don't already feel loved by your girl, gosh, I don't know what more I could do or say. You know what I mean? Just tap in, feel the energy. I'm a lover, not a fighter, okay? So I love you all, okay? And I don't want anyone to feel picked on or sorry about they didn't know the rules. All I'm saying is just follow them and we can just keep moving forward. No worries. Okay. In the meantime, you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to pile number one since we didn't even get started. How about that? And it's 2225. And again, this is no doubt about it. Your pile number one, if this resonates. Okay. And you got a lucky ticket here. We got to talk. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, you guys. Oh, all right. Okay. So this lucky ticket with your name on it, collective, connected to pile number one, all right, which is not like the others, okay, to be clear. So listen up. Your favorite dinner is your reward, okay? Now, the back of the cards, you guys, long story short, I channeled messages, all right? So you're going to see my writing on the back. It's chicken scratch. You can't read it, but I can, I promise. And the message stands. If this does not resonate for you, it's not your pile and it's okay. I really still hope that you hang out with your girl and enjoy some love light that I'm able to and grateful to say to share with you, all right? Irregardless, and we've got other piles, just saying, okay? So pile number one, sometimes in life, we require a bit of nostalgic comfort. Go on ahead and order that pasta or make that favorite dish and allow yourself to have an experience you can be grateful for. Life is meant to include pleasantries. And there's this side note here with this PS at the bottom. It says, maybe share with someone you love. All right. This is not, to be clear, you know, a situation where the divine's saying, hey, you're great at oversharing, right? You're great at making sure everyone but you is you know, pleased, and so continue on that path. No, here's the sitch. Whoever I'm speaking to, all right, you've got a blessing here attached to this lucky ticket energy. Go figure. The divine supporting you and loving you as always. I love to talk about it though, okay? A blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. Okay. And so sharing a meal is something fun to do that allows for companionship to make sense, even perhaps out of a stranger. Now, this is not, you know, some sort of guidance to go outside and just pick any old person off of the block and invite them in. All right. you know what makes sense for you at this juncture. Okay, now this is where it gets a little tricky because it's still a general collective message. So for pile number one, who is somewhat resonating with this, there are some variabilities here. Okay, some of you have absolutely no one around. I'm not trying to be triggering or ask you to be sad about this, okay? Because I've gone ahead and pulled the cards. I know something maybe you don't know. And there literally was moon energy attached to your actual pile when I pulled from the tarot for you. And so, long story short, before I kind of let the cat out of the bag, I want to back up a little bit and talk about current energies. All right. Now, there could be some significance to perhaps childhood games, childhood nostalgia. Okay. So it could be connections to things like Uno, card games, even aside from Uno, and or the show Seinfeld. Okay. There could be some significance to New York City, I'm hearing to say as well, as you know, perhaps even just the industry, television, media, news, movies, okay? Take that how it resonates. And you could be a man here, a male here, someone overarching, perhaps in masculine energy. And I say it that way, you guys, because we all have female as well as male energies which have no genitalia attached to them, go figure. So now you can understand how we all have possession of those type of energies. Okay, and I do see in your current energy here you have been tired of having to be it all, and maybe to the point where you have overarched that masculine energy, irregardless, pile number one, of whether you identify as male, female, or otherwise. Okay, and you know, you're just looking, it's kind of like how you might say, gosh, can I get a break? Can I get a break without the breakdown? Right? Like, I'm tired. Right? And again, some of you have no one around, all right, in the physical sense, to be clear. Now, if we're talking spiritual, you got legions, honey. Okay, like you got forces, and they're armed and stuff, and there's, you know, goons, and you got all kinds of guides and entities and beings supporting you. Okay, and again, maybe when you look to the left and or the right, there's nobody there to clink a glass with. I get that. Okay, keep going, because there is something so much worth hanging around for to experience, and I don't see that lightly. Okay, I mean, your current energy is you're looking stressed, honey. You're looking like you probably need to lay it down. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you combed your hair? Perhaps like put on some deodorant and maybe some clothes, even. Right, like actually dress up, like allow yourself to, you know, I had a post the other day, and you know, girly was looking good and stuff, and really, long story short, I got dressed up because I was like, the energy I was feeling was not it. So I'm like, no, we're gonna dress like how we know we deserve and desire to feel, such to the point where we do feel. Okay, and so maybe that's some sort of advice that somebody here might be needing, connected to pile number one. Not calling anyone out, you don't have to out yourself. Okay, just do the work here. And really, you know, your favorite dinner really kind of connects to like the energy of comfortability. In your current energies with you looking like this, it's not giving comfortability beyond maybe the sweater that is perhaps threadbare at this point. Okay, it's not. It's kind of like anything that you've been trying in current energies that you know to normally go to hasn't really been working the way that it had in moon cycles past, or just is no longer adding up or no longer resonating. And again, this could be why many of you connected to pile number one don't have anybody in your physicality right next to you or in the same bed even. Okay, and there's great reason for that. Okay, long story short, on the other side of some rest here, okay, perhaps, right, on the other side of you actioning towards self-love, right, you know, they always say about like the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and as maybe, you know, dated as that type of ideology could be, I feel like at the same time, a lot of men would be like, yeah, yeah, that's accurate. If I do say so myself. but there is something about like just pouring into you a bit more, all right, such to the point where maybe your freaking central nervous system can actually woo-saw, like take a breath, you know, and actually like get that rest and rejuvenated type of pause energy even, right? You can't go 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 all the time just to avoid the loneliness, to avoid the silence, because there's something in it for you to take note of as well as learn from. Why? So that you can just feel like crap and be punished and alone and lonely? Absolutely not. Okay. So if you're feeling like all of that, you know, maybe dress it up a bit, fix yourself. You got a crown, straighten it. And this is part of what is going to help you do that. So listen up. Okay. When we are talking about Three of Wands energy from any tarot deck, we are talking about the emergence of a celebration. All right. Now, in traditional Rider-Waite types of decks, all right, you normally see a fisherman on the edge of a shore, all right, getting a glimmer of hope back, okay? You know, and this could be, you know, 11th hour energy. It's like, God, I really thought, you know, I was just, you know, dead in the water kind of thing. And now here's this ship coming to allow me to sell my wares, the fisherman's saying, or to travel, to change, transition, not stay stuck and stagnant or, you know, in some form of restriction, like the way that loneliness can feel, right? And I do see a soulmate. Ooh. Now, this could be connecting to some sort of organization. Maybe you are a volunteer, or you will volunteer, or maybe you are a recipient of some form of donations, or some form of, you know, maybe public services also comes to mind. Okay. But there is somebody that is coming your way, babe. Okay. Now, this could be Capricorn energy. Does not have to be the case, because what I'm seeing with the Devil card, the Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands, and the Fool, leading to the Sun card. Okay. Long story short, this person is going to be smitten by you. You are not going to have to question if they think of you and or if they think of you fondly, right? Like, it's one thing to like, do they even think about me? But then like to know, yes, they do, and they think of me fondly is amazing, right? Like, you deserve that. Okay. So it's giving, as far as this loneliness, I don't know, something wants to circle back to the loneliness, trying to put a but here. It's like, literally stop trying to erase what the actual message is, okay? And I'm pointing to this moon energy. I understand it's hidden right now. I understand maybe you don't even know who this soulmate could even ever be. I need you to know that's okay. Okay, maybe the divine's trying to give you a pleasant surprise, the break you've been asking for. Makes sense? All right. So make the decision to stop with the disjointed thoughts. Okay, stop with the negative Nelly, negative Nelson thinking. Here's the key: you're not expected to never again have thoughts that maybe are not the highest vibrational, but you are expected to reroute them once you identify them. And you are expected to identify them. You are expected to be present. You are expected to check in with yourself. You are expected to pour into yourself. All right. And that shouldn't be hard or problematic, to be clear, because if you can't pour into you, you have no business pouring into anyone else. All right. As you do this, okay, as you do the work, you self-love, right? Light yourself back up, paint that sun into the sky, okay? You're going to move on to lighter energies, and that's going to make way for this person to come in and come in, okay? This will be a match for you. This will not be somebody half-cocked. They will have a good head on them on their shoulders, whether guy, girl, what have you. And they will not be antagonistic towards you, your existence, and or your connection. Okay? This is coming in sooner rather than later with the Nine of Wands. And many of you, this is, you know, there's some significance, obviously, to this masculine energy. Okay? So this could be a male, you know, someone in a male meat suit avatar, if you will. This is definitely soulmate energy, and this person could be older than you. This person could be, I'm also hearing to say, taller than you. This person could have dark features or whatever, and all over that means. Okay. Or I'm also seeing evidence LGBTQ plus. Okay, so this could be someone same sex or otherwise. There could be some significance to Gemini chart placements. Does not have to be the case, but I am getting that this person is going to come in, love you right, communicate with you, communicate in a way that you not only deserve, but I'm also hearing to say you desire. Okay, so back to this loneliness. This too shall pass. Go on ahead and chew on that, babe. But make sure you're also eating your favorite meal. All right. So that's what I have for pile number 1. I am going to also consult the um, chart placements as well as the initials for each of the piles. I just forgot to pull it out. No worries. I got it here. All right. But you guys, pile number 1. Side note, I almost forgot this part. Forgive me. Okay. For some of you connected to the pile number 1, somebody is already watching you online, whether you're aware of this or not. They see some form of growth. So you've been watched long enough for them to see growth, and or and or they already know you. You already know of each other. And there is some significance to them really believing that perhaps you did get away, while simultaneously them wanting a new start. Okay. That is maybe not for all of you connected to pile 1, but that was what kind of felt like a sidecar message attached to pile number 1. All right. And you guys, I did ring the bell. I have not forgotten. Welcome in, you guys of Light Zen. If you are not already familiar with the live stream rules and you're looking for your free reading, please make yourself familiar with them. They are located at the very end of what all ever is in the description box. Okay. So you guys, for this last part connected to pile number 1, again, I'm consulting the chart placements and initials deck. And so this could be the case that your person's initials and or your own initials, whether first, middle, or last, as well as same deal with the chart placements. Okay, it could be your energy or your person's, or none at all. And here's the sitch. If nothing comes out of this deck for you, but it did for the other decks attached to pile number 1, so be it. All right, you're gonna know if that pile's for you or not. Okay. And isn't this pretty cool how Spirit did this? The marker says no doubt about it. So those worrying connected to pile number 1, like, oh, will I always be alone? Will I always feel lonely? Will anyone love me? Will anyone love you? The answer, no doubt about it. As they should. You're so lovable, pile number 1. Of course. Duh. My whole entire collective's lovable. How could you be something outside of what you already are, right? You are love, you guys. Of course you're lovable. Can't be love and not lovable. Make sense? All right, let's see here. Anything else, Spirit? Ooh. Anything else? Pile number 1. Pile number 1. Woo-hoo. Bottom of the deck is C. All right. So let me gather myself here. Gather the cards for the presentation. That's my Virgo chart placement showing. I told you I told you guys. I know about that Virgo life. All right. Somebody here could be like Spanish or Latino. Okay, we've got this S, we've got this I. All right. Whether first, middle, or last name initial, we've got T, and we've got B, and we've got K, and we've got O. And again, C was at the bottom of the deck. All right, so chart placements for pile number 1, whether on the part of your own or this person, whether you know them or not. Remember, pile number 1, not everybody knows the soulmate coming. That moon energy was thick, okay? Could be some significance to being thick, right? Like thick, slim. Go on with your bad mama jamma, all right? If that's you. Ooh, Sagittarius is hot to trot. Somebody's ready. Okay, I get it. I feel you. I feel you. Scorpio. We've got Cancer. We've got Virgo for the win here for pile number 1. There's that Gemini chart placement energy. We've got Libra, Pisces, as well as Aries. And last but never ever least, Aquarius out the deck. So that's what I have for pile number 1, you guys. Hopefully that resonated for someone here. All right, because that's somebody's message. Just saying. All right, no doubt about it. Just saying. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Who's got a? I got a question, you guys. You got a question? All right. Let's see here, Andrea. Ooh. Well, I feel like Leos don't play. You know what I mean? Well, you can't say always and you can't say never. So there's that. We will check. Let's see. Let's see about. Oh, slipping out. Oh, talking about a maybe. Please clarify, Spirit. Ooh. Okay, here's the deal, Andrea, right? Leo was definitely not lying, right? But Leo also has like a little bit of growth as far as like maturity. Not calling anyone out, okay? It's just what I'm seeing in the cards. Um, the initial card off the deck is giving like, what? Okay, like what are you talking about, right? But the bottom of the deck is definitely that relationship vibe, right? So I asked Spirit to clarify the Matey card, right? Which really was the Seven of Swords, which it was like feeling like, what are you like? I literally have a question about this because that Seven of Swords is never usually great energy. It's talking about deception, lies, like theft, even sometimes. And really, there is some mental space goings on about the collaboration, the connection. All right, but I'm also looking at the 10 of Pentacles, and you're being asked to utilize your strength regarding this actual like proposal. Like, and what I mean by proposal, I'm not talking about dun, 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 I'm talking about like, hey, let's make this official. All right, I do get that it is a thing, but I also am feeling like I should probably tell you, don't hold your breath about it. Like, just let it play out and see exactly where this person's at with their headspace, because I feel like in current energies they're actually growing a bit. You know, divine could be assisting them with that. Okay, like separate and apart from you and this connection, but also so that it's in furtherance of the connection, that the connection can get off the ground and stay off the ground. Okay, so I'm not getting that this person was like lying. It's just that there is some growth here needed for this person, and maybe there's some loose ends about patterns, behaviors, or connections that this person is being guided to actually action out so that they can actually be, you know, a right and proper match vibrationally, maybe even, you know, like mentally, emotionally, intellectually, however that makes sense. Okay, but that's what I have for you regarding the Leo. Okay, regarding Carlos. Andrea, much love and light. Hey, you're an Aries. That's okay, eat me, because you know what, um especially with, I mean, how do I want to say this? To be clear, if you're feeling like you resonate with pile number one and you're trying to grow in some form of concern about how you would volunteer or how you would continue to volunteer, or, you know, whatever, no worries. Okay, what is for you is not going to pass you by. Like, I'm so serious. It's not going to be like all the other cycles that you've ever known. And that's for Spoonie Gnomes, Eat Me, as well as anyone who can make sense of that. Okay. For pound number one, it's not giving a setup for failure. All right. Oh, you were engaged in the past. I see. Well, I do see growth there, because the divine's not going to allow for you guys to just enter into the same exact cycle you just climbed out of, or you managed to work out of and into some form of separation about. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, keep your boundaries. Don't dismiss red flags. Like, I feel like I'm the romance angel deck right now. Like, don't dismiss red flags. All right. Um, what love and light? I don't see anyone else asking any questions, so I'm just gonna go right into this clean slate, good fate energy for pile number two, and we're at 44 minutes. Okay. Um. All right. So your lucky ticket is your experience for lucky ticket Attached to this is a listening session. Okay. And the card's message. There is always a message in the music around you. The question is, are you listening? Someone is trying to get your attention. Ooh. So I've gone ahead and pulled most, if not all, of the cards, all right, for this. And this was so interesting how this happened. 6 and 5, pretty sure, equal 11, which is this new beginning energy. And this green color really referencing heart space, heart chakra, all right? And those that are familiar with the show, you know that there was a moon cycle or two where Mr. Jerry Seinfeld's character was a bit involved with Elaine Bennis, right? Um, so all right. Now, I can't tell you what music you've been hearing or not paying attention to, but I can invite you to, from now on, pay attention. It's not a, this isn't like the great search for Pokemon or anything. It's just pay attention. You're going into the store. What's the song? What's it saying? Um, if you're in whatever environment, okay, as your playlist is playing, what is, it's shuffling about, what is it saying? Okay, because somebody's looking to get a message to you. Now I can tell you a little bit more about who this person is. Okay. I was guided to the Love Blocks deck. All right, you love Seinfeld, Fiona, me too. um Definitely, Seinfeld is one of those like comfort shows. It's like, maybe you just don't want to think too much, but you want a few laughs, but not having to like stay like glued to the set to pay attention about the laugh, right? You could just come right in and get what you need and go, right? Um so there is some aspect of comfortability connected to this person, but I do see a lot of blockages in the past, to be clear, right? However long or short ago it was, whoever I'm speaking to, you and this person, whether guy, girl, what have you, are not really talking, interestingly enough, yet they're both on the phone. Isn't that funny? There could be some aspect to telepathy. Okay, you could know that this person is sending you signals in other forms aside from music, right? This could be why you've been not trying to, for some here, maybe one person connected to pile two, trying to avoid what the messages are saying in the music. Okay, there's gonna be some frustration here because I'm hearing to say this person really put you through the ringer. Not in the sense that it was always this person and that it was always their doing as far as the undoing of the connection as it seemingly stands now. Because you know what, you guys, it always takes two to tango, right? Like, it's very rare that you would have somebody that would be so far outside the realm of toxicity being paired with somebody who's just so deep in toxicity. There's got to be some form of common denominator along the way, because otherwise, you guys don't really get to integrate long enough to even have either a problem or a pleasant experience. Like, make it make sense, okay? Um, so there is some sort of unhealthiness. Now, you could take that a couple different ways. All right. This could be talking about, like in the physical sense, that this person from your past to have some health issues. Okay. I'm not here word cursing. I'm also not a doctor diagnosing, but to be clear, this is something that I'm seeing could be the case coming through the cards. But I'm also getting aspects of like mental health. So we've got physical and or mental health coming through, as well as um just describing the connection. It's like it's just not, it wasn't good enough. And not in the sense of like somebody being egoic and being like, yeah, no, I'm great, and like my ish doesn't stink and yours is all the way crappy crap, right? But in the sense of like, you can't get around it, like this isn't going to work. Like there was either some form of like deal breaker or some lack of resonance with each other ultimately, and such to the point where it was like, you know what, irregardless of who walked away from who, and it could have been a mutual blow up, I want to say decision, but doesn't really feel like there was a lot of like agreeability, if that's even a word, connected to this type of energy as far as the separation. um and really, at least one person here uh really needed a bit of healing, honey. I don't know if this is you, or your person, it feels like for the most part, it's the person not connected. How do I say this? It's not the collective member, okay? But there's like inner child wounding, right? That led to lack of self confidence, okay? And this person could have been in some sort of bitterness. It's giving like bitter Betty, bitter Bobby mode, all right, where it's like you just gotta. They kind of had just a chip on their shoulder, and they made complaints, they made hurtful assumptions, whether they were aware of all aspects of their temperament or not. Okay. Um, it does take a bit of healing to realize how hurt you were and maybe how you were hurting others and maybe how to hold yourself accountable for that. Because unless and until you get to some form of healing, even just the first few baby steps towards that, right? You can't necessarily push someone to get to the level of clarity needed to even hold themselves accountable. Oh, I should hold my tongue a lot more, right? How do you know to hold your tongue until you've learned some form of lesson to do just that? Okay. And you know what, you guys, especially those that really understand what it's like to meet the right person at the wrong time, you kind of got to let go of that, okay? Because here's the sage. When you're talking soul contract level, and this life is far more spiritual than you may realize, you're right on the money. You're right on time. You are doing great, and so is this person. Because, long story short, you contracted in some way, shape, or form at some level here. Because otherwise, you guys would have never met. You would have never been in each other's heart space or in each other's sheets or streets, right? Seriously, it's that matter of fact, okay? That you were signed up and tasked with learning as well as teaching, okay, with this person. Several lessons. I mean, several lessons. All right. And this person, was feeling incomplete in moon cycles past. Okay. Because again, lack of healing, lack of self confidence. This person could have had control issues. All right. And really, they were just trying to control the narrative because they were fearing rejection anyhow. It's like, do I even want to go down this route? Because maybe they were looking at you like, oh, well, you're so great. How am I going to keep you? You know, it's hard to think confidently when you're lacking self confidence. Okay. It's hard to think confidently about much of anything at that point, inclusive of you. And it maybe had nothing to do with you at all. I'm not here saying, let me just blow some smoke up anybody's anything to try to pretend that you're perfect. That's not the case, babe. It's also not the prerequisite towards having a healthful connectionship, and a relationship, to be clear. And thank goodness for that. I mean, how unfair would that be? Oh, you got to heal 1,010% before you can go on a date. Are you kidding me right now? But at the same time, you can see now on the other side of these experiences, you might call them disappointments, you might call them nightmares, hell, you might call them mistakes, right? But when you have this clarity about the situation, that you've signed up to learn lessons as well as teach lessons to others, the connections start to make a little bit more of sense even in their unrequited nature. Okay. This person really could have had fear of commitment as well. It's like, I want you so much, I love you so much, I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to keep you, and so I'd rather not. Like, it's like, what kind of mental health is that? You got to question. And this person wasn't prepared in moon cycles past to even ask themselves, let alone get a straight answer from themselves. Okay, it's giving. And so, you're looking at this connection, maybe even this person as a past disappointment because of their self-destructive patterns. But you got to realize, even then, here's the sitch. You can play the blame game all you want. I'd advise against it, because the realness, okay, of the situation is like this. Ain't no way you also didn't need healing in certain aspects, and maybe with some similar type of healing, regarding the very ways that you now understand, or even back then understood, this person needed to heal. Because ain't no way they would have been in your life, your heart space, your sheets, or around you in the streets. Makes sense? All right. So again, as far as playing the blame game, not really on the menu here. As far as healing, moving on, forgiving, and loving and lighting, okay, even if from afar, that's well and good. And that's going to allow for you to have a much more pleasant experience at this thing called life, inclusive of your own love life, okay, if you choose that route. You've got free will to choose. I'm just, I can only suggest, okay. There could be some aspect to this person's intellect that, if you are like your girl here and you're a sapiosexual, it's like, man, that matters. Like, you gotta actually have conversation and a brain and insight and deep introspection capabilities, because otherwise ain't no need, right, to be around this person. But I see, maybe there was also some lack of meeting of the minds. It's like you two had certain similarities, or you came from similar locations and or demographics, but at the same time we're not really finding commonality long enough to feel safe with each other. And again, this person had this inner wounding. You two were needing to heal at certain aspects, okay. um but you're really both at this point being guided to leave the past behind. This person wants a fresh start. They want to come in and balance the situation out into a partnership, okay, which again is not an actual partnership. Doesn't matter what kind, right? You could be talking about a platonic partnership, like, oh, you could be talking about a workplace partnership, like, we've got to work on this project together, or we've got to create this blah 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 together, or like whatever, right? Shouldn't be unrequited, to be clear, because otherwise there ain't no way that's a partnership. It's not. One person doing all the work of any kind for any reason is not a partnership. It's not inside of the realm of balance. Makes sense? And you definitely deserve that, especially when it comes to your heart space energy, when it comes to your love life, all right? And you're being guided to still understand that. So if you do see any kind of evidence, here I go again with this romance angels energy, right? If you do see evidence of any red flags, you don't be the one that dismisses it, because then you're the one that is self-sabotaging the connection for you with you. You can't even blame the other person. Ooh, we're expecting that one, huh? Just saying. Um, but really, there is new opportunity here, and this could be leading to commitment, marriage, recommitment, okay, remarriage perhaps, right? And Spirit saying this is going to last, okay? This is actual happiness, this is actual love, all right? Interestingly enough, it's a positive transition that you and this person are going to make outside and away from the old moon cycles past, okay? So again, new energy. This is a union of two souls, all right, that is, stamped with divine approval, to be clear. Now, this person, I do see evidence that they could have actually, for a stint, have been drinking, okay, trying to heal, trying to, think. I'm hearing trying to think, just trying to think. Maybe this person didn't really live a slow enough life, okay, to actually even think certain thoughts and ask themselves certain questions that definitely needed answers and definitely needed to be thought about, right? And so when you kind of like step away with your boundaries rightfully upheld, if that's you, pile number two, you ultimately made room for this person to really kind of, maybe they feel like they had no choice but to start healing, okay? But I do see evidence with the Four of Swords, them doing just that. I do see them being, even with the Knight of Rods, and, as they are coming out of the struggle of lacking self-confidence, they're very passionate about you and the connection, okay? I don't see you being such a problem that they just can't get over whatever you have already been through, whatever you've already went through. And this person's saying, you hurt me, I probably hurt you. And they're saying, I'm not mad. Forgiveness and understanding are key. Okay, they want to go away from this unhealthy behavior, unhealthy cycle, unhealthy mindset, okay? And they want you to come with them. It's getting, they're ready to take the lead now, I'm hearing to say. They're saying deep down, I still feel optimistic about us. I have old cycles and old wounds, karma and old patterns to clear up, and I'm working on it. You made me feel something, and that was confusing. I pushed you away because I knew I was going to inevitably disappoint or hurt you. See, there's that lack of self-confidence coming out, in explanation as to some aspects of their own self-sabotage. Okay, they're saying, I fantasize about how life would be with you, pal number two. I long to feel your arms around me. So this, I mean, the passion is still there. Okay, cannot get around it, and you're being guided to trust in the power of love. I mean, love is power. It's not just money, right? So this is talking about unconditional love, oneness, again, that union of two souls, whether you call this person simply and solely a soulmate, or higher level hierarchy soulmate, such as that of the twin flame, or not. Okay, but take responsibility for your own actions and emotions is coming through, and it's kind of giving spirit's advice to both people in this situation, whom all ever is connected to power number two, you guys. And of course, please and thank you, listen to your intuition. It should never be gagged and bound in the back of somebody's trunk anyhow, just saying. Embrace your shadow self is also coming through. Okay, so just like we spoke a few brief moments ago about everyone having, regardless of their meat suit, their body, their avatar, and or sexual orientation, both masculine and feminine energies. And here's the sitch about that: you got dark and light of both. All right. So you're being asked to embrace both aspects of your shadow self. To be clear, that masculine as well as feminine energy. In feminine energy, you can always tell, because feminine energy is understanding that receptivity for them to receive is very much conducive to balance. Okay, the feminine energy, it would be outside of the realm of balance if she never received. Okay, because the masculine energy talks about really, hunting gatherer type of mentality, mindset, and actions. All right, action oriented. All right, not necessarily just simply and solely receiving on the masculine's end. Okay, and again, we're talking about energy. So I'm not sitting here saying all of the men just only ever have to get to be clear, because guess what, the men with the actual physical male meat suits also have feminine energy. They can make sense. So there is some sort of balancing act here that's seemingly being required on both sides of the fence here, honey bun, those connected to pile number two. And when this person comes in, and I do see that they do come in specifically with communication with the Eight of Wands, you're being guided to communicate openly, honestly. All right, but be patient, because divine timing, we talk about it all the freaking time, and y'all know why. For those that don't, it's because there's a variable um, uh, to this process. Okay, two people, even intending to heal, can't necessarily heal at the same rate. They're not even necessarily healing about the same type of um, events, experiences, abuse, traumas, right? And so, this person, separately and apart from you, has had to allow themselves to become vulnerable. You're being asked to essentially honor that by, mirroring that back whenever they do come in to have that conversation, and you too be vulnerable, and not in the sense of like some sort of tit for tat. Well, you hurt me this way and you hurt me that way, and have some sort of long itemized list about it. Okay, but in the sense of really expressing yourself as it may feel vulnerable. It may feel unsafe. It may seem unlikely that you should actually open up, okay, for some of you. Maybe not all connected to pile number two, but overall, I do see that, both people here on each side of the fence would prefer things to work out. And chances are it's because you're being guided to work it out, okay? Um, and your blessing attached to your lucky ticket here tonight, pile number two, is a blessing for a fresh start. Okay. Can't make it plainer than that. There could be some significance to the number 34, but it really reduces down to the number seven, talking about closing out cycles and incoming rewards. So you are being asked to embrace this connection. This person with the King of Rods has a lot of passion for you. And even from the Knight of Rods to the King, there's growth here. This person is doing the work. They are healing their masculine as well as their feminine energy in different ways. All right. But still, nonetheless, towards that balance, that seems to be the prerequisite for them to be able to come in, and, you are on your own journey, separate and apart from them doing just the same. I love that for you. The Wheel of Fortune leading to the Six of Pentacles, leading to the Six of Swords. And the Three of Swords is really for me talking about how this person does have regrets. This person does not think that the connection is something that should stand to be over. Whatever clarity that they were lacking, you know, even about just simply and solely self-worth, but also aspects of the connection, maybe even aspects of you, the collective member. One second, you guys. One second. Is thank you. Um, whatever they were unclear about, whether regarding self, the connection, and or you, the divine. I mean, even with this judgment energy, kind of really high key giving temperance energy. And then, of course, yeah, there's divinity all over this. I'm looking at the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Is really assisting this person with gaining whatever clarity is necessary about self, you, and or this connection, leading to a very divine assisted new beginning. All right. This is giving stamp of approval as well as assistance to make it happen. All right. That's what I'm getting off of these swords and the pentacle aces there. And away from this Five of Cups energy, this person is going to come in with an offer, however shaky they might be when they do. It's giving cute energy though, you guys. But they're nervous because it's like whatever this rift, this tower moment type of energy, it's giving it was valid, right? Like it's like if somebody had to ask this person, like, "Hey, were you being an asshole?" They'd have to be like, "Yeah, I was totally." Definitely was me being an asshole as well, or simply and solely them, right? Depending on who all I'm reading for, right? But they know this now. There's maturity to admit this now, and there is incoming communication. All right, again, being guided. This person's being again balanced out. They're getting shined up. I'm hearing to say to be able to come in and be the gift for you, and to give you the right and proper offer, proposal, and version of self, so that you two can make this work. Okay, so that's what I have for pile number 2. And the bell has rung. In the meantime, you guys, put your questions in according to the live stream rules, please and thank you. And I'm going to finish out pile number 2's session with the chart placements as well as the initials deck. Okay, so let's see here. We got Love and Light, you guys. We got one more pile left. Oh my goodness. And this one was, pile number 3 was really interesting. I'm like, I never thought I'd give a message like this. Just saying. Oh, thank you, Fiona. Love and Light, Latoya. That's so funny. Elaine and Jerry came out for pile number 2. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, you know, it's so funny too, because pile number 2, like Elaine and Jerry, right? Elaine's got the 6 and Jerry's got the 5, right? And for those that don't know, 6s really do talk about, you know, aspects of perhaps needing balance, okay? And 5s talk about change. So it looks like, you know, not calling anyone out, but it seems like there was a bit of work required on both sides of the fence, to be clear. Not that it's a contest, okay? But it's just interesting how that came out. Hold on, I got distracted. I gotta finish. I gotta finish consulting the deck for pile number 2. All right. So you guys, for those that aren't maybe aware at this juncture, what we're doing now for pile number 2 is taking a look at whatever chart placements might be applicable, whether on the part of you or on the part of your person. All right. And same deal with the initials. Could be first, middle, or last name initials. And lastly, certainly not least, there could be a situation where pile number 2 resonates high key and nobody's anything came out of this deck. Take the message as it resonates, okay? And give yourselves permission to utilize that beautiful intuition of yours. It will not steer you wrong, okay? All right, I guess nothing else. All right, we got an H at the bottom of the deck, you guys, for pile number 2. Whether first, middle, or last name initial, we've got S. We've got R. Maybe somebody's a senior. Maybe somebody's name is Rose. Okay. Maybe there's some significance to roses. We've got P. We've got M. There could be some specific nighttime event. Maybe somebody works at night. Okay. Maybe somebody could be military, police, or live in the mountain time zone. Okay. We've got TM. Maybe somebody's working on getting trademarked. Kudos. Congratulations. All right. And as far as the chart placements, whether on the side of you or your person, we've got Virgo, Leo, Gemini, and Cancer for the win. All right. So the bell has rung. I did not remember Elaine and Jerry had a kid together. They literally did? They literally, like, I mean, not literally, but like, wait, what? Wait, hold on. They had a kid? Was it like an adopted kid on the show? Or I do not remember that. What the heck? I do not remember that. Unless it was like, oh, on Curb Your Enthusiasm, they had a kid. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I do not recall. I'm going to have to look that up. The only thing I recall about Curb Your Enthusiasm, there's one episode that is my favorite episode, and it's so probably like distasteful because, you know, Larry David doing what he does with the script there and everything. Oh, I think it was called Debbie Wheelchair. Whoo wee, Lord, forgive me. Okay, now y'all got me saying Lord. Usually y'all putting that in the comments, but here I'm saying it now. That Debbie Wheelchair episode is not okay, but it's also high-key hilarious. To your girl, sorry. But that's your, I didn't write it though. I mean, like, why is it on the television? And who said to say that and those things? Oh my god. Larry David. Oh man, I'd love to work with him somehow. That'd be pretty neat. But just because like I usually get how do I want to say this? I usually get labeled as that person that like says everything that everyone else is thinking, but like no one else wants to say. And I feel like Larry David is that type of writer. And I go, you get me. And thank you, sir. Not that I'm like always thinking what he's writing about or talking about or actioning out on screen, but I'm just saying like in general, it's like, oh my god. Like I think in a lot of ways, like his framework regarding saying things that shouldn't be said is probably actually like at an upper level compared to where I'm resonating with. Not that it's a contest or something to be proud to talk about, but I'm just saying, like that Debbie Wheelchair episode, like I have watched it a few times when I've needed a laugh because what the heck? And Rosie O'Donnell in that episode, like she just wants to like lambaste the crap out of Larry. She just wants to pummel him to the ground like you piece of crap. Oh yeah, that was pretty. You know what? Fun fact. I used to work at this restaurant called Shoney's, and it was a type of steak restaurant. It was not fancy. It was one of those like blue collar steakhouses, right? And there was this waitress that was also employed there, and her husband literally won a lookalike contest for looking. I need you to know, like, this is not a far-fetched statement when I say this, to be clear. Looked exactly like the guy that played George Costanza. Like I feel like the man's mom would have to take a double to like, which one is my son? Not that that's necessarily something you want to be like writing home about, but at the same time, like he won some money on the strength of it, and he got to meet the guy. I was like, what the frig? And then also, I also have a dear friend who is um really good, like family, like I want to say friends, but like they're like family, with the guy that was oh my god, what is his name? It's not Dougie. Hold on, I have to look it up now. Because now I have questions. Like, what's his name? Like, I don't know him personally, but like, hold on, because I don't want to say the name wrong. I want to be all JB Smooth, right? And that guy is so fucking hilarious. Like, I wish I knew him personally, but I'd love to work with him too. Him and Larry David. Like, pff, I might not be able to breathe though for a few reasons. Let me stop. Let me stop. Just saying. Yes, Jason Alexander is the guy that played George. Yes. I should you not. That guy looked like when he came into the restaurant, I was like, mm-hmm, yeah, that's your husband. Like he just stepped off the set then and just said he was just gonna. He just was married to you. But he was her husband of like many many years. Yeah, JB Smooth is so freaking fun. You know, I love JB Smooth on what was that other show? Oh man, what's that other show? I love that show too. And he had a little chihuahua. Hold on a second. He had a little chihuahua on the show. Hold on. On hold on, I'm looking it up. God, he was on JB Smooth was on like a bunch of stuff because I liked him on the Millers too, but that's not the show I'm looking for. Hold on. Till Death. Till Death with Jolie Fisher and the brother from everybody, oh, Brad Garrett, from Everybody Loves Raymond. Till Death. That show was so fun. Love and Light Laura. Yeah, she married George for real. Like, what the? She sure did. All right, where am I? I'm all over the place in TV land. I have to regroup. Okay, anybody got a question out there? Now, as far as Kramer, the actual actor, like I have mixed feelings about because he got shit to say about people he shouldn't be having anything to say about. So that was kind of sad when I found that out in my youth. I was like, oh, makes sense, but at the same time, it was still disappointing because you just loved it. Like I wanted to love and continue to love Kramer the way that I love, um, oh my god, what's his name? Hold on. I don't know why I'm blanking on all this shit. Hold on. I wanted to love Kramer the way that I love. What is the character's freaking name? Hold on. That ain't it. Wait, hold on 1 second. That ain't it. That's the wrong one. Hold on, I looked up the wrong. Schneider from from the original 1975 version of One Day at a Time. Yes, it was before my time, but that's the only cast I want to see. To be clear, for One Day at a Time, with Valerie Bertinelli and the gang. Okay, but Schneider, like I fucking love Schneider. Like Schneider is the greatest. Like he's just oh. And that was like how I started out kind of feeling about the Kramer character, and then I was like after I found out some stuff. Yes. All right. I love that One Day at a Time. That's sad. That the lead actress, well, the mom on there, love and like Bonnie Franklin. I always thought she was so pretty. This girl next to Valerie Bertinelli. They're not not gonna lie, I feel like they're not the best pictures of either of them. But so like you see her here in her youth, all right. Love and light, Miss Franklin, but she died from pancreatic cancer, if I recall correctly. It's so sad. So sad. I always thought she was pretty. And I always thought her character, like she played her character very well, because there was like so many sides to her character, and as it should be. Um, I don't know. I really love that show. I should watch that again. Love and Light P Young. So babe, check the description box and play catch up on the rules, and I got you on your question, I promise. Okay. Excuse me. I'm glad I caught you saying anything, because otherwise the way the rules are, I might have missed you, P Young. Okay, and that's not my intent. All right, I see your question here. I love you too, Laura. Much love and light to all of you guys. All right, let's see here. Yes or no? Yes or no? All right. We got a maybe and a no at the bottom of the deck and a no in my hands. Ooh. Is it as black and white as yes or no? Or is there a lot of options or confusion in spite of your manifesting intention? Might be being guided to close out a cycle so that you can get out of your head. I mean, it's kind of given the choice is yours too. This is talking about two paths, yes, but also decision. Learn from past failures and gather your strength. I do see partnership ability at the bottom of the deck, okay? But on the other side of you, making some decision, maybe closing something out, maybe rejecting some idea or someone or something. All right? Yeah, Schneider was great. Love and Light Colton. Welcome back, babe. How are you? Schneider. All right, you guys. Should we get into pile number 3? Then I'll ring the bell again, I promise. We're almost there. We might as well keep going, right? All right, so yes, do it for the vibes is your marker attached to your lucky ticket, pile number 3. Okay, what did you win? Ooh, a Stomping Grounds tour. Okay, for those that don't know what Stomping Grounds means, all right, it's really talking about birthplace energy, home country energy, right? Hometown, or whatever home means for you, okay? Because not everybody has like an actual home to go to. Maybe there is no longer whatever location you demographically showed up in when you arrived onto Earth. Maybe it doesn't exist in the same way or ways. I get that. But there is some call here into whatever produces home energy for you, okay? Root chakra is also coming through. There could be some significance to, a blockage there. And so you do want to make sure that you guys are maintaining your chakra system. Each aspect to it can affect your life in a whole host of ways, okay? And so you know what, you guys, long and short of it is, we all want to feel loved, right? But we also all want to feel safe. We also all want to feel stable. And when you guys find yourselves outside of those feelings or mindsets or believability, okay, you can really get yourself sick. All right. I do see some evidence of healing. All right. That could come through this experience of you being called again to home, to your stomping grounds here. And the card's message here for your lucky ticket is you're being called home, or at least into a sense of what home means to you. This is your message if you've been feeling the pull in your spirit to return home to your place of birth and or your old stomping grounds. There's a pleasant experience that awaits you there. Your return is required for further clarity. So, pile number three, this is your message if that resonates with you. You've been thinking about, man, I haven't been home in a while. You've been thinking, gosh, I should start planning a trip, perhaps. I should start picking up the phone, perhaps, right? And speaking of Kramer here he is. And interestingly enough, he seems to be on some form of public transit. All right. And there's that seven energy again, really talking again about closing out cycles and incoming rewards. Okay. There's some healing, there's some pleasant experience looking to come in for you as reward. And I'm just getting that this is really a strong urgency here. This is giving almost like with the God number here of 0. It's giving Hierophant energy if I were to connect it to the tarot. You see there is a very serious call, right? And it's giving, if you would not take heed to the call, perhaps you might get treated the way that the not to be offensive here, but this character reference on the show Seinfeld, to be clear, this is not my doing, but this person was referenced as the soup Nazi, okay? And he was quick to cut you off, man. No soup for you, right? You don't want to do it right. You don't want to listen here. Then you're gonna get, not in the sense of cut off from divinity, but you could get cut off from a pleasant experience looking to come in for you, and you deserve that, okay? And some aspect of healing is connected to this energy, to this trip, to this call, to this return. All right, with this blessing on your health. All right, giving an energy of 9, which is talking about rejuvenation. Okay, it's giving you want and need this, it seems, because looking at the 8 of Swords, it's not fun there, right? Chances are you probably could loosen that rope and maybe kick away some of those swords if you should actually travel back home. I do see there is some significance to a father figure. This could be literally a father or someone that, learned, wise, and, someone that has planted seeds, whether into you, your mindset, your journey, your path here. This could be literally someone's father. And I do see that, this 8 of Swords really is connecting to, perhaps you might see some mental health issues. I do see some cups going on here. We've got the 8 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and could be, maybe you just are feeling detached from that sense and sensibility that home can provide. You might feel or even just be fearing that you are on some form of shaky ground in general, and or regarding this connection to home, as well as for many here to this father figure. And I do see that, for some here, it's like, I'd love to go home. How in the hell am I going to do it? Because, money, expenses, time, okay? And I do see that you're being guided to reach out. There could even be, maybe you could post online about it, and aspects of your community will gather to assist you with that, to assist you with the return home. It could even be that you just need to express this to this emperor energy, this father energy, so that you can definitely get your justice, which is very much in existence for you, about returning home, as well as getting out of this 8 of Swords self imprisonment, conflicted energy. Confirmation on that, okay? Um, and so that you can, really, on the other side of this justice, on the other side of this returning home energy, kind of get away from feeling like the world is against you, with this 8 of Cups leading to the 7 of Swords, and the Lovers. Okay, it's really talking about, sometimes you do need to be around your people to assist with alchemizing, whether you're aware of it or not. You guys, this life is far more spiritual, and your present, your aura, the power of your mind, right? All of those things are working parts in the um, uh, general sense of your ultimate energy, ultimate power, okay? And so, long story short, you know, sometimes just like the way that you often, you know, might visit a friend or have a brief conversation with someone you're connected to, and you can send them on their way better than you found them, you know, so too are you to have those experiences. And sometimes it does take some family, some friends, some camaraderie, some socialism, you might say, socializing, excuse me, um, to, you know, assist you with some current energies. All right. Yeah. I mean, not coming for you. Your current state of mental conflict, that self-imprisonment type of energy, mental space with the Eight of Swords, seems to be quite valid, because I mean, you've gone through something here, okay, or you're going through something. You're climbing out of it though, with the world leading to the Hangman. You're just being guided to kind of really take notes, be the observer. Don't allow life to feel like it's happening to you, because it's really just happening for you. All right. And never ultimately and simply and solely to your own detriment. All right. You got to use your strength to really continue to keep your mental space such that you can believe that this isn't the end, that you can believe that, yes, you do get home, that you can believe that, yes, you can perhaps even repair a relationship with that father figure, if that resonates for you. But with the Queen of Wands leading to the Ace of Pentacles, again, even with the Queen of Wands energy, it's giving there could be some significance to getting assistance through, you know, just talking about things online, asking for assistance online as well, okay, or communicating through someone, you know, through an on to someone with, excuse me, with someone through your online account, just to kind of broach the situation about the return. All right. There could be some significance to somebody's, it's like, yeah, I know my father doesn't hate me, but whoever my father has like married or is with seems to be, you know, maybe even like a little, and just picking up on some jealousy there. That's interesting. Let me just see here really quick. That's not for everybody, but let me just see. Yeah. Yeah, just you know, utilize amethyst if you are, if that resonates for you, and you know you got to be around this person. You're being guided to use amethyst just to assist you with any kind of evil eye energy, psychic attack type of, yeah, because somebody connected to your father could be kind of hating on you. um just be protective of your energy from what I'm seeing. I am picking up on that jealousy though, and between the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. That's giving like competition vibes in a weird way, because that's your daddy. Like, calm down. Sheesh, it's giving insecurity. Not on the part of you, honey, on the part of that Queen of Swords, which is old enough to know better, if I do say so myself. Just saying, all right? But overall, the energy will be allowing you to be in a less dark, bleak type of energy here, with the Six of Swords talking about, you know, calmer waters normally. I don't see any water here. Could be some significance to the area, the location that you would return home. Could be um, likened to that, okay? Maybe there's not really like necessarily a lot of water around. Maybe you're in the mountains. Maybe you're in the field, okay? That's what I have for pile number 3. And again, yes, do it for the vibes. Do it for the alchemization. Do it for the pleasant experience. And do it for your health, whether simply and solely mental, physical, or not. Okay. And you are definitely connected to dragon energy. That's for sure. All right. So, final call for that bell, you guys, tonight. And I will, like I've gone ahead and done for the other piles, be sure pile number 3 to close out your session officially with the chart placements and initials deck. All right, you guys, this could be either side here or nobody at all. No worries. All right, just trying to help hone in to some specific energies and archetypes as I can best serve you on a live stream. I am well, Colton. How are you doing, babe? You're doing good. What are you doing besides doing good? Can you share so we can take notes, so we can do Even better than the good we were doing before you came on the live stream. Every little bit helps, right? You're welcome, Laura. I see you saying thank you. You're very welcome, babe. Okay, now what? Oh, Fiona, what show? Wait, hold on. What show? P Young, you can ask a question, of course. Please do so according to the live stream rules. You guys follow along. Mayat Law is very well underway for this channel. Please do not come here and simply and solely take. We gotta share energy, you guys. Just saying. Doesn't really work so well otherwise. All right. Okay, now okay, Fiona said the person who created that show was the mother of the woman who. Wait, hold on a second. Let me do that. The mother of the woman who played the mother. That girl, Miss Franklin, you're saying? Bonnie Franklin was the mom in real life of the mother on Family Ties. Did I read that right? Did I say it right? Wait, One Day at a Time was created by Mary Fox. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I didn't. Wow, small world, I guess. Hollywood makes sense. Oh, huh. I do love the Family Ties theme song. That was so funny when I don't know what episode it was, but it was the Goldbergs. Um, the father on that show got called out for he had the audacity to put it in a card or some shit, like the actual like line by line of that freaking theme song. As iconic as that, that's like me writing a card talking about thank you for being a friend and not trying to reference Golden Girls. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Eat Me. Karma. Well, you know what, Eat Me. I mean, my goodness. I don't know that pile would be for you. Like, why would you be called to return to a biological father like that? For what? Grace him with the gift of your presence for what? You know what I'm saying, Eat Me? F-O-H, right? That's what we say. F-O-H to people like that, whether they're a biological father or not. Right? It is what it is. They made their bed, they can lie in it, right? You mistreat people, you abuse people, you don't value people, whether they're your biological child or not, whether they're supposed to be a friend or not, whether they're supposed to be anyone who loves you and treats you nice or not. If they're not doing those things, to be clear, loving you and or treating you nice, it is what it is. F-O-H. Karma, right? That's okay. I love you, Amy. No worries. Okay? I love you all. I really do. I love my collective so much. You guys are always on my heart and mind, I promise. And I always send love light. Because I know you guys do the same for your girl. So thank you. Much appreciated. To be clear. Okay, anything else for pile number 3? Okay, let's see. We've got R and Taurus energy at the bottom of the deck. All right, so I think I'll switch it up. I'll go with the chart placements first this time, you guys. What do you think? I didn't forget about the messages. The bell has rung. Final call, you guys. Get your questions in according to the live stream rules if you're still eligible to do so. Of course, those most of you already know. You get one freebie per live stream. Okay. All right, so continuing on to end out pile number 3 session, we've got Pisces. Again, we had Taurus at the bottom of the deck. We've got Scorpio. We've got Capricorn and Virgo energy for the win. All right, and again, we have that R at the bottom of the deck as well, pairing with that Taurus energy. We've got M. We've got Q. Somebody could have 2 M's in their set of initials and or inside of one of their names. Does not have to be the case, you guys. We've got P. We've got B. Somebody could work at a gas station. Doesn't have to be the case, or they could be in the oil industry. We've got E and we've got O. Somebody's name could be Obo, Obey, or Bo. Does not have to be the case, all right? And let's see here, Eat Me, regarding pile number 3, if that applies to you. I feel like you should be utilizing your own intuition, but we'll see what the cards say here. And that's what I have for pile number 3. This is where I leave you. Much love and light. Thanks for hanging out with your girl. I'm just going to finish up here and get off the live stream myself, okay? It's giving probably, I got to cover this up. This came out of the deck is a maybe, and of course the devil card energy is giving no. All right. It's really talking about 2 paths here, decisions, choices, right? And alienation with this 2 of Wands maybe energy, right? Bottom of the deck is no. So I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say pile number 3 was not your pile, babe. But that's okay. You're still loved. All right. Obi means servant of God. That's cool. I didn't even know that. I never met anyone with that name. Yeah, that's textbook black sheep course work. I want to say it that way. Because you know what, Eat Me, even with all the rejection, I need you to know at some point you'll get there to the point where you can see tangible evidence of how that was your protection. As harsh as it may seem or feel. Okay? Yeah, telepathy is not your pal, babe. You don't have to lay claim to any of this that's not yours, to be clear. Okay? And I ask you guys, I'm like, listen, you better be utilizing your own intuition at this. Okay? That's otherwise it's not safe to really listen to the readings. Do you know what I mean? That's for anyone. I'm not coming for anyone. I'm just very protective over my collective. I don't like to rock with fear, confusion, or illusion. So we're not trying to pump that through the airways through this particular means of media. All right. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So please. All right. Intuition cannot be gagged and bound in the back of somebody's truck or anyway away from you, not being, operated by you, to be clear. Okay. You guys got to live the lifestyle of utilizing your intuition. It is par for the course of a lifestyle of self-love as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. No, much love and light, Eat Me. Much love and light to you all. All right. It's been really fun. P Young, I don't see you, babe. I don't see you asking a question. So if by chance I skipped you, I need you to know it was not on purpose. Um, and in the meantime, please familiarize yourself with those rules, babes. That way, the next time I come on and the bell rings, I got you because you know exactly what to do and how to ask your question and when. All right. And I do hope you again join whenever the next live stream will be. Okay, I never really know these days. I just come on as I can. Okay, so forgive me. Thank you for being patient with your girl and bearing with your girl as I navigate the waters that I'm currently navigating. All right, we all got our something. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for not giving up at whatever and whatever the something is that you are actively climbing out of, living through, okay, and doing away with. You're doing a bang up job. I can tell overall energetically, and of course, connecting to the cards that I've seen and have been seeing for quite some time. You guys really are the best collective, hands down, because you guys do the work and you guys give yourself grace and you guys get up again and you try again and you try again and try again differently, even. So smart of you. All right. Thank you, babe. Sweet dreams to you all. Rest well. Don't forget, you are powerful enough, okay, to keep going. You are powerful enough to have the experiences that you desire as well as deserve. More times than not, you desire them because you know that you are worthy. And I love to talk about it. Not in the sense of nanny, nanny, boo, boo, it's not here yet, but in the sense that it exists very much for you, what all and whom all ever you're looking to experience. Caveat with that is, all right, be mindful of what you want out of life and love, okay? Not necessarily who you want. Okay, what I mean by that is, I could hyper focus on anybody. We'll just pick Jason Momoa because that's usually my go-to, even though, no offense, that guy's not really like my type. But I understand a lot of people like to talk about him too, so we'll just talk about him. All right, okay, Fiona. No, let me stop. But it's not the case that you can just sit there and manifest Jason and Momoa just to be all kumbaya with you. However, you could get somebody that has those same features, characteristics, and maybe even, I don't know the guy, but maybe a better attitude suited for you, as you more thoroughly and explicitly know what you want, how you want to be treated, what kind of conversations you expect to have with the love of your life. Okay. And it can't be roses and candy every time I get that. So, I'm not promising you that, just because you find the love of your life, it's always going to be roses and candy. And here's why: you're here to learn and grow your soul, probably more so than you are to romp around with that love of your life, whether on horses near the beach or not. Okay. Just saying. All right. And that's okay, because according to your soul contract, that is well and good. Now, feelings can try to insinuate otherwise, and even then you gotta check them, right? Are my feelings, not necessarily are they valid or not, but are my feelings conducive towards the growth? Are my feelings assisting me with getting out of the energies, the experiences, the mind state, the state of affairs, that I no longer resonate with, that I no longer desire, right? And as you action towards what you do want, you can get more specific and more clear, and you should, about the very things you are desirous of. Why? Because they're already in existence for you. You just got to claim them and align with them. Not because you're set up for failure, to be clear. All right, so keep going like you have been, like I know you can, and like I know you will. And I'm so proud of you guys. I really am. I know it's not easy. I will never lie and say, oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can't be all the time, because otherwise we wouldn't really be so grateful, even if it were. Go figure. We're kind of complex that way. C'est la vie. Such is life. All right. So yeah, you got too much muscle and maybe a little bit too much hair. I don't know. I do like usually like a tall, slender male. If I do say so myself. So, but, ooh, let me go think about that some more. All right, I love you guys. Have a phenomenal rest of your night. Okay, rest well, and we'll be back at this sooner rather than later. I can promise you that much. I love you guys so much. Thanks for everything. Thanks for being you. All right. Till next time. You're very welcome. Love and light.